Hello and welcome back to New Meta Podcast, episode 182. We've completed our Shard tier list across 3 episodes, and now we're back to some regular content. We do have some listener feedback on the Shards. We might talk about Stockholm Major for a little bit, maybe even a Flame Corner. Marco, welcome to the pod. How are you doing this week?
Welcome. I am feeling a bit beaten up after watching EG today. I'll just say that.
No, really? Has it been dark?
Yeah, dark day, man.
It's worth mentioning that we're going to the Stockholm Major, so that's the extra, routing for EG even more. You need them to make the main event so you can touch Arteezy's hands. Share a moment of magic like me and Ori Snorri.
Yeah, we need to figure out, how many teams we might see. So we watch from the Friday the 20th. So yeah, we might only see the top half place teams.
Interesting. Friday the 20th. Okay.
It's just 3 days of crowd. So basically half the playoffs is pre-crowd, and then lower quarterfinals onwards. It sounds like
it looks like lower round 2 is May 20th.
Oh, lower round 2.
So actually, we might get to see a fair few teams. With
okay, so
round 2.
We see everyone but 4 teams then?
It seems so, yeah.
So that's how many in total? And then 2 have been knocked out from groups. 1 might be EG.
True, yeah. Dear. 2 are going to... So we don't see 6 teams, I guess.
So 14, we'll see...
We'll see 8 teams.
Yeah, fuck, EG are absolutely fucked. Never mind. We'll see.
Well, anyway, Adam, welcome as well. How are you doing?
I'm good. I didn't realize the major was today. So.
Yeah, neither did I.
I have nothing to add.
I actually had...
Other than I just looked at the standings and I'm sad.
Yeah, OG back. Seb back at Pos 5. I didn't even realise that. That's
even more sad about that than EG.
Yeah. I actually had such a scare when I came home. Because I don't know why, but for some reason I just convinced myself that the major and my trip to Stockholm was on the 28th and the 29th that weekend. I'd convinced myself totally that that's what I'd booked off work, to the point that I'd been arranging plans for the weekend of the 21st and the 22nd and cancelling plans for the 28th, 29th with other people.
So
I'd really got into my head that it was the 28th, 29th, and then I was like, wow, that's so weird that there's games today, 2 weeks out. That can't be right. So I checked and it was it's the ending on the 22nd. And then I had, adrenaline rush, oh my god, I've booked everything for the wrong weekend. I've booked my time off work, which was difficult to get off for some reason, for this random weekend the week after the major. And I just had visions in my head of having to sit out, not being able to go and all the rest of it. And then I checked and it was fine. And I just had some sort of brain meltdown of thinking that I'd convinced myself it was the wrong weekend. But Mark will be happy to hear that I will indeed be on the plane to Stockholm on the 19th. In a week's time. I can't believe it.
Yeah, 1 week today we'll be enjoying a Stockholm heatwave or something. I think it's going to be pretty hot the day we get there, so yeah, big hype.
Stockholm heatwave.
Yeah, very cool. We'll have to see how my flights are looking, because I feel like I booked flights to get some sightseeing in on one of the days. I have a feeling the Thursday, because I think my flight back on the Monday is really early, unfortunately. But I think I'd arranged to get in at a good time on the Thursday, but who knows? Flights these days are so volatile. You get a text message saying, oh, by the way, we've rearranged your flight to be 3 hours later. At least that's how the way it was with me when I went to Spain a month ago or something. Anyway, games. forget, pro Dota. We want to hear about some pub Dota. The listeners care about trash tier pub Dota. And how's that been going for you this week, Marco?
I've been trash. I'll put my hand up and say I have been trash. It's kind of what happened is what I expected to happen 2-3 weeks ago after you guys were on holiday and I had a bit of a hiatus. And after a hiatus, I thought, I'll come back and be trash, but I actually came back and was PMA nailing it. This last week, I think, I don't know, I've entered the public matchmaking domain with the wrong psyche and have just been piss poor. So, yeah, quite a lot of reds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I had 5 reds in a row, and then I ended the leakage with an anti-mage game, which was solo queue, and the other 4 players on my team all played fantastic, so it was kind of hard to lose. I played against what they called Lacoste and Fogged. Did Fogged play at TI1?
Yeah. No, Lacoste did. I don't know about
Lacoste
Fogged.
did. I should have prepped better.
Fogg has played it at TI.
He did play at TI.
Not TI. I don't know about TI1, but
did he play as player? Let me check.
Dignitas Fogged.
At TI? Which TI?
Why, did you have a sick burn that you could have delivered or something?
Well, no, it was a burn on me. I laned against Fogged and Lacoste, and I got wrecked, / me and my partner in the lane got wrecked, and then it leads into a flame corner of, wow, the most frustrating thing in life is your lane partner leaving after you've both died. Well, after they've died 3 times and then I've died once. So we're 0-4 against Lacoste and Fogged, who are playing Doc and Mars, and I'm a Pudge 1 with a Pods 5 Lich. So we're now 4 kills down, and the Lich leaves the lane. So now I'm 1v2 against 2 potential TI players that are 4 kills up, gold XP up, and I'm a solo Pudge. And it's one of the easiest ways, I feel like, to lose the game as a Pods 5. Like, know how a carry can break their items, and it's, game's lost. If a Pods 5...
played in TI 3 and 4.
As a player?
Yeah.
That's real. I wouldn't have thought. That's
9th, 12th, lost to Orange Esports at TI 3, who made a big run. And last out in groups at TI 4. Anybody remember Navi in North America?
Yeah, that was so bad.
Yeah.
Navi,
terrible.
North America. Okay, so if we want to just edit the start of this conversation, I've laned against 2 ex-TI players in one of my pubs, and we got slapped.
Very cool. What about you, Adam? How have games been?
Well, I think it was like 4 days ago, Saturday or Sunday. Started the day off 0-4.
Oh god,
Never wanted to play Dota ever again.
That was it. That was me as well. I was 0-4 largely.
I think that was Sunday, yeah. And Marco tried to reel me in for a 5th one. I said, "Bro, no, I'm 0-4.
Yeah,
I'm not going to make it 0-5." And then you played AM in your solo game, and you won, right?
Yeah, after I messaged Adam when I was playing my AM because I wanted to duo, but he declined. And I messaged him at 5 minutes in the game saying, "Yeah, I'm 0-2 with 15 CS." And Adam's like, "Fuck." And then 20 minutes later, I messaged and I'm like, we won. But
I got reeled into a game that night. It's like, oh boy, 0-5, here we go. But I went to the dark side and played a Naga. Went 10-0-10.
Oh, the Adam Naga. Was it a classic come down with me Midas Naga?
No, not Midas.
Not that level. Okay.
Just Diffusal, Manta, Scotty, Bloodthorn, Boost of Travel.
Naga's dirty stuff.
Don't ever let them play the game. Or like, yeah, there's like no recourse. They had a middle Primal Beast, and they're like,
Oof.
You kind of rip through it, Primal Beast, once you get your items. It's pretty awesome. And then always, when I play Naga, invariably, you get a kill without looking at the screen. Like, you're just focusing somewhere else. And some poor support tries to clear the illusions and dies, and you're like, oh, I guess I killed someone without ever laying eyes on it. So yeah, I killed a 4-position Quap. I guess she blinked with the Ag Shard on top of the illusions to try and clear them. Didn't do it, and then paid the price. And then the
Nice.
other 2 games after that, played against Ateki's twice, and I had great 4-position heroes each time. Enchantress and Abaddon. And it's just like heal build both times. Had 29,000 healing as a Enchantress. But
That's
it was
so
a
nuts. Engine's a
53-minute
nuts hero.
game. And then in a 37-minute game as Abaddon, I healed 23,000. So those are some good numbers.
Yeah. I need to play Ench sometime. I feel like sometimes you see Ench in pro games, or indeed in pubs, just absolutely ruffle stomp a lane or something, or just be a monster. But I don't understand the hero.
We were behind in the game, in the laning stage for sure, and then it just like willed the team to win through sheer healing. I didn't do like both of these games. I had twice as much healing as I did damage. But it's just like they try and kill our Void Spirit or Faceless Void. I pop the Nature's Attendants and I'm like, I will not let you die. Here's a Holy Locket. I will hug you. I will give you, and I have the Shard too. It's like, I will give you all the spirits, all the wisps. And it's actually pretty good because if they blow their entire, Techies combo on someone and they don't die, then you actually kind of just wreck. And it was funny, we're like, oh, the only hero that's probably better against Techies is Abaddon. And I just so happened to pick 4 Abaddon the next game, and there's another Techies. And so it was like the same deal, but I think Enchantress might be better. So the problem is if you tank the blast off, you can't pop your ult because you're still silenced. So, like, if you're stunned, it'd be no problem. You can pop your ult. But no borrowed time when you're silenced. And if you have the Ags, you're like, all I want to do is pop this ulti right now. Somebody tanks like a proximity mine and you just shoot off a million miscoils. Like, heal, 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 heal.
So when you're silenced on ABBA, your ult can only trigger when you go below the threshold. You can't press it yourself. Yeah.
Can't press it yourself. So maybe I needed a Lotus or something. But the game ended too soon. But then you get into the problems of being a heal player. And people your teammates don't respect the heals. So they don't go as aggressive as they can. They start to run away. And you're like, no, trust me. I will see you through this. I will heal you.
Yeah.
I will give you Holy Locket and Aphotic Shield and Miscoil. People don't realize that you're healing. It's like a single target more than a mech on a 5-second cooldown. They're just like, they don't respect it. It's like, no, just do it. Just keep running. Keep running.
Yeah. I have that when I play Pugna sometimes. I've got some Spectre on my team or something. It's like, Spec, bro, go forth. I have you in my grasp. You're fine. Yeah. In terms of my games, I actually reached the promised land. Not only did I achieve the page of greens on the profile, I also achieved the page of greens when you expand the profile. Like the full greenery.
A full green.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11 win streak. So that's pretty big in unranked. All on different heroes apart from one repeated Necrophos. So DK, Pugna, Necro, Magnus, Pugna, Lone Druid, Lich, TA, Mars, Lena, OD. The highlights there being Mars and OD. The big win on Mars, absolutely doing bits for the team, solo carry. And then the OD, which was absolutely should have lost the game, didn't deserve to win, but got carried by a Ricky. Oh, well, actually got carried by the enemy carry DCing, like 5 minutes in. But that was a Visage 5v1. It was just our whole team versus Visage. And holy smokes, Visage does work with no items. 62k hero damage on this Visage in like a 32-minute game. With literally just the boots, the special boots, the Tranquil Drum boots, and lags. That's it.
Yeah,
later in the game got AC.
Level 1 soul assumption is like 1,000,000 damage on a 5-second cooldown or something ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, it's just redonk. Visage is one of those heroes that you just don't understand, but is also absolutely ridiculous. And then the game that ended the streak is actually a bit of the flame corner, the rant corner, where I'm going to get annoyed. But I sort of was asking for it because I picked Death Prophet, and that's not going to end well. I'm definitely not a Death Prophet player. In fact, none of us are a Death Prophet player. I think it's safe to say. Maybe Adam, but pick DP mid, kind of get worked by a storm. He gets first blood on me, but then I kill him when I return to the lane. Bit of back and forth, but I'm just gonna let's fly into flame corner.
Wait. I just want to mention. Well, I guess this is my little flame corner. Marco in shambles. Marco's absolutely in shambles.
Wait, what? What's going on?
The second he mentions I played 3 different heroes, I'm look how good my hero pool is, and Sam's like, yeah, I just ripped off 20 greens with 19 different heroes, and
yeah.
Yeah, my last 16 heroes are all different, and you're just look at
I've
me.
got
I
a lot
played
of
3
different
heroes.
Whoa, hold on a sec. I've got a good solid 11.
I'm talking about last week, Marco.
Yeah, they were all wins though, which it was a nice win streak that was deserved. Yeah, Stan's one up to me a little bit.
Yeah. This DP game though, so 3 people go mid. We roll and I win the roll. And one of the players that lost the roll picks Silencer, pos 5. And I think another guy picks Wind Ranger, pos 4. And I guess the centre of this flame corner is, particularly when core players play support, they don't change their mindset of what they should be doing. And they end up playing a really safe, uninvolved game where their kill score, their KD isn't terrible on paper because they haven't died loads, but they actually have contributed nothing to the game whatsoever. So this DP game, to illustrate the point, I guess, I'm extremely frustrated that I have absolutely no support in the game whatsoever. So I'm trying to do work with my ult. I've got this Exorcism ult, absolutely nuts, ultimate, one of the best in the game. And I want to do something with it. I want someone to come mid to help me take this mid tower of Exorcism. Or, if I rotate bottom, I want supports to be there so we can take tower and take a fight with Exorcism. It's not happening. Supports are just like dithering, not doing anything. And so in a state of frustration, I'm like, well, I'm going to press the button anyway because I have this spell that's really good. So you can either come with me and play with me, or you can watch them TP 2 heroes mid to kill me with my Exo going. Like, I can't play a game of Dota 2 where I'm just not pressing buttons because my supports don't know how to play the game. So I was getting a bit annoyed by this, and I end up dying a lot in the game, like kind of feeding, but also soaking, making space, quote unquote, for my Arc Warden, but also like mild feeding. If team does anything, if my Wind Ranger pos 4 or my Silencer pos 5 or my Beastmaster pos 3 do anything in the game, then I'm flying and we're getting so many kills. And my Silencer, who's salty that I didn't give him mid after winning the roll, who's like, oh, no, I lost roll, but please give me mid. And I was like, no, that's the point of rolling, sorry. he's just mega salty all game, flaming me like on all chat, flaming my kill score. You know when people just like all chat the kill score of you, and then just like dot.
So
and I'm like, yeah, you're playing Science of Pos 5 and your kill score's like 1-1-2. I'm playing a Death Prophet who, I have like 7 deaths or something, like outrageously early in the game. I also am the highest level on our team by like 3 levels. I've probably got 5 times the hero damage of any other hero. I've got the most kills. It's like I'm dying a lot, but I'm like holding this game together for our team, for our Arc Warden, who like maybe can carry us. Like I don't understand. It's like core players play support and think that the kill score matters more than like having any idea of how you might win. Like, I don't know, I just find it really bizarre, like, this idea that if they just don't die, they'll win, as if they're playing POS 1, but they're actually playing Science of POS 5.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is atrocious Dota 2, and in the end, we lose, but I've got like the most hero damage, and by and large actually later in the game when you're forced to do things, because if the enemy team are knocking at your front door at like mid tier 2 or even tier 3, you have to take a 5v5, like you have to do something. And then when it got to that point in the game, I was getting like ultra kills with I got like an ultra kill with my exorcism doing so much work, thinking like what was happening for the first 20 minutes of this game with my team AFK. I also have a Beastmaster that is playing the like split push and never do anything other than just stick in a lane and never use your ult, because you're just constantly in a like on a side mission with NPCs like doing a split push gaming, and it's like, holy smokes, this is appalling. Anyway, that's my flame corner. If you are a core player that has to play support, please understand what support is and like maybe try and support your heroes that are strong to do things in the game and like maybe cast your spells and get involved.
It's a classic grief of a core who goes on a support hero and then plays it as if they're a core. Like they'll just 10 minutes pretend to be a support, and then 10 minutes onwards they're AFK hitting creeps because they want to be playing carry, but they're actually like a POS 5 silencer. And it is such a griefy way to play. And I feel like I've had it with party games or where you're kind of a 3-stack or a 2-stack or something. And always my outcry is I'd rather be with a Herald that's on mic that's going to play together, because I can then tell them just go here and use these spells and function as a supporting hero. And it will often be, not often, nearly always will be infinitely more value than this divine or ancient ass who goes, I'm a support, but I'm going to play carry and hits creeps AFK. Yeah. Also, looking at your team's lineup, you're asking for a loss. Like it's the most transparent, communicated. You are going to lose when your team has Windranger, Silencer, Arc Warden, and the enemy team has a Storm, a Chaos Knight, a Bane. Just the caliber of heroes is...
we could have won this game, though. Like, Beastmaster, Death Prophet.
But...
like, if a Silencer...
Those two, maybe, but Silencer, Windranger, Arc, and it's a POS 1 Arc against a POS 1 CK.
Yeah, the Arc was terrible. The Arc was so bad.
Storm. The enemy heroes look fucking dirty here.
Yeah, they're dirty, but we could have won this game, like, for sure. I mean, obviously you can win any game, but... that was a rough one. And also, it's like, congratulations, Silencer, you've got Refresher, we're down 20k. Like, well done.
He's got 16 matches on Silencer's account. I had a game, so I know we've been on games for a while, but worth a shout out. I had a game with someone. Let me try. They had... I think it was like the second or third match on their account.
Yeah, I did too. Were we in the game together?
Were we in the game together?
I don't think so. I had like a game where it was like a Giga Stomp easy win where 2 of the accounts were like level 3.
Yeah, it's just weird. I remember
Like
what it was.
just got out of the tutorial.
But surely they... I don't know how... Could they've just come out of the tutorial? Who knows?
Mm-hmm. Anyway, that's the games. Bit of flame. We've had some listener feedback on the shards. Let's do a bit of listener mail, which we don't often do. Join the Discord, by the way. I'll put the link in the description for this episode. If you want to get in on future episodes with a bit of listener feedback. But what have the listeners been saying, Marco? You've been monitoring the what's hot off the press.
Monitoring the pulse of the hive mind community. So I think there's a Warlock comment someone had. I think Warlock could be an interesting one to. So JT says, "Surprised we were meh about Warlock Shard. This person thinks it's borderline broken, especially with the Shadow Word talents." So just to recap, the Shard makes it AoE.
Okay, yeah.
Let me just get the stats. So the Shard makes it AoE, gives 10% movement bonus to allies, 10% slow to enemies. Okay, so what's this talent that we're looking at? Plus
I think it's a cooldown.
2-second duration minus 4-second cooldown, so that would make it 14-second duration, 12-second cooldown. Or 14-second. Alright, so you could have 100% uptime on this. 20 talent gives it plus 25 damage, so that makes it go from 45 DPS to 70 DPS, or 70 heal. 70 heal over 14 seconds. That's a lot, to be fair. It does require getting to level 20. But that's a lot. It's a lot of heal. And you're given 10% movement speed for 14 seconds. No, sorry, for 12 seconds. What did we put Warlock? Does anyone remember?
Middle tier, probably.
Did we put it middle?
Did we slap it bottom?
Did
we slap it second bottom?
If we've put it lower than middle after reading these numbers, okay, we put it game knowledge, which is second bottom. Maybe this.
Are you gonna? When's a Warlock hit to level 20?
Yeah, level 20 is just. Alright, let's say we don't get level 20, we've got 45.
Why do heals matter at that late of a stage of the game?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Heals over time.
Yeah, I agree. I'm putting down all these listeners, honestly.
Although,
matter?
The movement speed is nice, but 10%, I don't know.
You could have it 100% up. I mean, it's nearly 100% uptime at level 10 talent. It'd just be 2 seconds of downtime. AoE, yeah, I think maybe second bottom's harsh because 10% movement speed. That could be like an extra 40 ms, 35 ms is cool, but yeah, it feels like one of those things that sounds really cool, and then you use it in a game, and it's like, oh, the game state is completely irrelevant to these buffs and heals. Whereas, like a 4-staff or something, or like building towards a refresher could change the game state materially, and this shard might actually just be a waste of gold.
Any other listeners we can put down?
So let's go friend of the pod, Dynamic. I think he turned his nose up at our Zeus. I don't know if we can really expand on the Zeus tier.
What was the... Is he lobbying for a higher rating or a lower rating?
He's lobbying for higher. We had it bang middle. Shocks any enemy that Zeus attacks or hits with abilities, causing damage equal to 9% of the current health.
It's the
static field.
Yeah.
So 9% of current health. Sounds like a decent extra bit of damage, but I mean, is it more than C tier, middle tier?
The problem for Zeus, I think, is... Yes, it's good on paper, but so many Zeus items are good on paper, and it's like Zeus's aren't rushing shard; they're buying like Ags, Refresher, Kaya stuff. So how good can it be, really? Yes, it's good, but given how good all of loads of items are on Zeus, it's like I don't know.
Yeah, it's good, yeah, but is it so good that you're buying it ahead of other items? Like, are you buying it in the mid game? Or is it simply this luxury late mid-game item that is a guaranteed value, but it's not immensely game-changing like some of the second-tier ones are? How the hell did AA get second highest tier? Is that... AA's in game flow? Might need to realise that.
It's very good.
What?
AAs do rush shard like all the time.
It's insane. And I will not have...
Yeah, we had a good
I wanted to put an
conversation about this.
S tier.
Yeah. Okay, so...
Any other listener mail?
Any other mail? Adam, you said someone had... What, the Drow Ranger?
Someone laughed about the Drow, and I wanted to comment on that one and say I was outvoted.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I wanted it higher.
Oh, the hypothermia thing.
Yeah. We have a middle tier.
It's luxury, though. Drows get it
Is
after
it
their
luxury?
other items. It's pretty luxury. It's good, but it's not like you get all your other items. Do you know what I mean?
Because is the argument it's for farming, or is it like a actual DPS booming?
I think it's a DPS boomer.
Bonus damage from stats.
It's wave clear.
But that's the thing. Don't you already have mega... Aren't you mincing waves anyway?
It's even more mints.
Even more mints?
It's luxury.
No,
Sounds
it's not.
luxury, yeah.
No, when I mean that, like, you can get to more camps because you're even more efficient at blowing them up. It's ranged Sand King E.
It's like, nah, not sure. It's pimp my ride luxury. You have to have the ride first. You have to get the
It's
Manta
also
Dragon Lance BKB.
Heal reduction.
Regen reduction.
Yeah.
So, in a
I
situation
think it's
that
at
could be
least second from top. If
At
not,
least there's no way.
Yeah.
There's no way it's getting near the top discussion though.
I think that
Oh,
it
this
is picked up in every single game and is core. But you guys,
there's a bias to a POS 1 shard, though. That
I
They always show up.
capitulated.
Wasn't there someone that said something should be S tier? Oh, this is the Juggernaut one.
Well, there's two. One of them was Juggernaut, so Ramsey Bolton,
Friend of the
Ramsey
pod.
Snow, friend of the pod. I'm calling him out as an immense bias. He just loves a POS 1, loves a Jug. I don't think that's good enough to put it S tier.
I agree. I was rallying for Jug to not even be second top, so...
Yeah, I mean, that would get us DDoSed in every pub, but second highest is fine. And then someone made the smart comment, Shadow Flux, shouldn't Rubik be S tier since he gets the shard of any spell he steals? So, I'm actually not sure on the mechanics. Does he get the shard of any spells he steals? Does he not need the other person to have got the shard?
I'm going to go out on a limb and say it depends because it's Valve and they haven't programmed it properly to work in every case.
Yeah.
So I reckon there's some situations where it doesn't work.
But, again, would you need the opponent to have bought the shard?
Oh dear, I don't know. Didn't they change this with the Ags? Didn't they
just
change
trying
it with
to-
the Ags? So with the Ags, it used to be the case that... Or was that... Am I thinking of Morphling Willow where they changed that? Oh, I don't know.
Does he get the shard?
Who?
Rubik.
Rubik Shard.
So if he
Yeah,
stole...
Rubik shouldn't be a hero in the game.
If Rubik stole Leshrac Earth Splitter and Leshrac didn't have Shard but Rubik did, does he get the
I
sharded
feel like he gets the
version?
upgraded versions.
But is that dependent on Rubik having shard or Lesh having shard?
We're saying this is
Rubik.
Rubik having Shard, yeah.
Oh, really? Okay. I guess that makes sense. Does it make sense? Does anything make sense?
Rubik, so no, I don't think it does make sense.
I know Rubik's game contribution is always dog shit. Lowest tier.
That's because he's nuking waves with Fade Bolt to get Shard. So that he can
Exactly.
get this weird Earth
Oh.
And
Splitter.
I said he's gonna buy the cast range increasing item. And then like a Blink or a Force or a Yules. And then he's gonna get the shard. And he's gonna spend all this time farming all this stuff. And he's gonna get sneezed on and he's gonna die. And he's not
Alright.
gonna cast any spells or do anything.
Yeah, but you
Good,
steal...
wait.
You steal Huskar's Q with Shard, and then while you're getting sneezed on, you can disarm them because you got the Shard. So
that's one of the only cool things that Rubik can do is steal Huskar ultimate and one-shot somebody.
With the 25 amp on stolen spells. Yeah. It's a fun one.
Yeah. Rubik does wind me up for the AFK factor that they'll just be farming so hard to try and get all the items to make the spell casting the coolest possible, and it's like, come on, +4, please.
You see the highlight clips of Jug stealing Omni Slash and Freezing Field, or Jug stealing 2 ultimates. And they're like, I can do that too.
Yeah, I mean, as a Rubik player, I feel like my fellow Rubik brethren give the hero a bad name. When you play Rubik and you've got like level 4 Fade Bolt, level 3, level 4, when your hero is level 5, level 7, you do so much damage. Like, the amount of work you can do is actually kind of crazy.
Yeah.
When you got like a point in Q, 4 points in W, and a point in your aura, especially if you've got Spell Steal, you can, like, I would never be wanting to farm during that time period when you got level 4 Fade Bolt.
Yeah, 26%. So I mean, Fade Bolt 325 damage. Then